Hello everyone. Today is a special day. It's New Year morning and I wanted to share and show you how to make goat biryani and chicken 65. These are two favorite dishes we make at any special occasions, and this is goat from the halal store by my place. Always get halal meat. They do it a kosher way of cutting, but of course you have to rinse it 7 times, otherwise it wouldn't be kosher. And this is chicken I picked up at Costco. It comes in portion sizes that I'm going to cut up. It's chicken thighs. I'm going to remove the skin and chop it into pieces. This is already chopped, so I'm just going to rinse it about 7 times and put salt and turmeric powder and let it sit for a little bit, and then I'm going to rinse it off again, and all the masala for the marinade will be mixed in. Same thing with this. We're going to chop it and marinate it for at least 30 minutes, okay? And by then we'll get all our masalas chopped up for our gravy, okay? And always keep a separate cutting board for the veg and non-veg. You don't want cross contamination. So this is my glass cutting board, not a wood or plastic. I find this it doesn't retain any of the residues. It's easy to throw in the dishwasher, and I have a paper towel underneath to catch up any liquids that may ooze from the meat. This is my vegetable cutting board, and this is my non-veg. Never use the same, okay? You don't want any salmonella or any poisoning, okay? So that's my setup. Meat has been washed 7 times. It's good to go. You can do like 3 as well, but I prefer 7. So we're going to start marinating it with some turmeric powder, like half a teaspoon, and some fennel. This is my own concoction. This is just for the marinade. A little bit of coriander, some Kashmiri red chilies, some cayenne pepper, because we'll be adding more when we saute. And I have a special Chettinadu garam masala. I'll put all the ingredients in the description for you. 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. I usually make my own paste, but today I'm going to use a store-bought. And juice of half a lime. Okay, not more, then it gets very sour. And then we add some yogurt, and this will be our marinade. About half a cup of yogurt. Let us quarter and then half. You could add more, it doesn't harm. So half a cup, and we're going to mix it all thoroughly and let it marinate for 30 minutes. And today I'm going to try showing you how to do it in an Insta-pot. Okay, so we'll first cook everything in the Insta-pot. Let me marinate this and get back to you. So this is my meat for marinade. I'm going to put a lid and let it sit. In the meanwhile, I'm going to measure out 3 cups of ghee rice or Jeera samba rice. It's a short grain rice that I would use for biryani specifically. Many use basmati rice, or any rice would be fine, but this is aromatic rice and it tastes very well with this Chettinadu biryani. And I have a bowl, and this is my measuring cup. I will measure 3 of them. For 3 pounds of goat meat, 3 cups of rice. Today we're going to do everything in threes, and it's like 1:1 proportion, okay? 1 cup of rice to 1 pound of goat meat. And we're going to use a Insta-pot. So let's measure it out. I'm going to soak my rice first and get all the other ingredients ready. These are my ingredients for biryani, Chettinadu mutton biryani or goat biryani. I know it seems like a lot of ingredients, but this is a special occasion one, so we will use all these. And I have my rice soaked up. I washed it a couple of times, like 4 times, and it's soaking. And I have my meat marinating, and these are the ingredients. I have my Insta-pot as well, ready to go. I tried making Insta-pot chicken biryani during Thanksgiving at a hotel when we were traveling, and it turned out so great, and I wanted to recreate it for all of you. I didn't document that one, but it turned out so great, and it fed about 15 of us, and it was a great Thanksgiving dinner. And today I'm going to recreate it for you. So let's start with chopping onion. Then we'll add our ginger garlic. I always grind it. I have extra here because I'm going to do chicken 65 as well. Always fresh tastes better. And this I will only use 3 tablespoons of it. We already have some in the marinade, 1 teaspoon here. So this will be for sauteing. And then I'll add all my green ingredients. I have a bunch of mint. I have a bunch of cilantro, 3 green chilies, and salt, and then 3 tablespoons of butter. And then I have some powders here. This is Chettinadu garam masala that I'll put in the description box, or I'll make a video for you later. And that is fennel seeds, about half a teaspoon, then half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper powder. And I will use little or more depending on how spicy I want. And then these are whole spices. I have 3 bay leaves, 3 this is called star anise, and 3 cloves, no, 3 cardamom pods. These are cardamom, and 6 cloves, and this is it's called kalpasi or sea moss. Okay, and 2 sticks of, this is a huge one, so I'm just going to use one of this, or I'll use this extra. Okay, so this is what I have. And tomatoes, of course, 3 tomatoes. And since we added a juice of lime here, we won't need any more. And I might add, no, that's it. And then we have salt to taste. Okay, and in this bowl I have all the ingredients for my raitha. I have 2 small onions, 1 tomato, and some what do you call it, cucumber, baby cucumber, some cilantro. I'm going to whip it all up with some yogurt. I chop them all and then mix it with yogurt for our raitha. Go ahead and make a paste out of the ginger and garlic. Keep that ready. And then I'm going to remove the stems, separate the stems and the leaves from my cilantro and my mint, especially the mint. Cilantro you can use, I usually take away like 2 inches of the stem, chop it and throw it, and then I will use the rest with the stem. Okay, so that doesn't matter. So this portion I will remove. Then we'll chop our onions and get everything ready. And I'm going to use olive oil today, extra virgin olive oil, to saute everything, and everything will go into our Insta-pot today. Okay, we are going to show you how to saute and cook your meat and your biryani in the Insta-pot. I will show you later how to do it over the stove or in a pressure cooker. There are different versions. You can try anything, but today Insta-pot. Okay, so I have all my ingredients for biryani are ready. I have sliced my onions fine. I cut it into half and then slice them very thin. And each time I was slicing onion, I put some aside for my raitha. Likewise with the tomatoes and the green chilies. Especially my green chilies are left long and slit in the raitha because I added some cucumber and I didn't want the kids biting on it, and it gets spicy. So be mindful. I have actually for the raitha chopped my onion fine, some cilantro, some green chili slit, some cucumber, and I have tomato at the bottom. So there is my tomato as well. I'm just going to add some sour cream, a little bit, a tablespoon or 2, and then mix it with yogurt and salt, and that will be ready. So while you're doing your chopping for the biryani, you could do it for the raitha as well and put it aside. Okay, and so I have 3 chopped tomatoes, 3 slit green chilies. I just slit at the top, and then I have my greens, my mint, and my cilantro ready. So we're going to use some butter and some ghee and some olive oil to saute. My Insta-pot is ready. I'm going to press the saute mode. So let it heat for 30 seconds and then we'll put in our ingredients. Whole spices first with onions, and then the rest green ingredients. The ginger garlic paste, 3 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste. Okay, so let's get cooking. So my pan is hot. just do a water test, and I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, we're going to add some butter as well. That is about 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter. Let it saute or just melt, and then we'll add our whole spices. Go ahead and add your whole spices and saute for a minute just to get all the flavors out. Your cinnamon will actually fluff up a bit. And then add your onions, all of it at one shot, and wait till it catches good color. This is the key principle, where it has to be nice and brown. Okay, not burnt but nice and brown. Then your onion is nice and sauteed. That's what adds flavor to your whole biryani. So don't be in a rush, do it patiently. Now my onions are getting sauteed. I'm going to make my raitha. I added some sour cream, about 2 tablespoons. And I'm scooping in my yogurt. This is plain yogurt. You could use non-fat version or anything, but I just like my raitha nice and creamy. So about a cup or so, and then add salt and mix it all together. So my raitha was a little too thick. The yogurt was very too thick. So I went ahead and added half a cup of milk. You could add water too to thin it down, but my raitha is done and ready to be served. My onions have been sauteing for almost 5 to 7 minutes. It's almost done. It's come to the stage where I need to add the ginger garlic paste. We will go ahead and add about 3 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste. We have some in the marinade already, so 3 tablespoons should be adequate for this quantity. You could add more. Some people have half and half proportion like I do. Some people increase the proportion of ginger and garlic. It depends on how you really like it, but I make an equal proportion of it. So we'll just fry it up well. Keep an eye on it at this stage because it will tend to burn. Okay, we just want all the raw smell gone, and then we will add our mint, cilantro and green chili. That's a green step. Okay, everything green goes into the pot, but just watch this portion. You don't want it burning. Okay, my gravy has come along very well. At this time I will add all the meat and change the settings in my Insta-pot to meat. I'm going to add a cup of water as well. So let it cook. The meat will also give out water. So make sure to measure what you put, because we have to have the perfect measure for the rice. Okay. So now we're going to put the lid on and let it cook for the meat option. So we go into the meat. Oh, right now it's in a saute mode. So I have to cancel this and go to the meat option, and let's put the lid on. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the lid on and make sure it's in the seal position, not the vent. Once the meat is done, then we will vent it out. So my meat setting is on, and let it get cooked. My Insta-pot has come down to low. That means it is just pressurized and depressurizing itself. and I could actually manually vent it myself and let the steam out, because the meat would have probably been cooked, and once we add rice we have to cook it again, so it'll all be done. So let me go ahead and depressurize it. Be very careful, vent it out slow, and depressurize completely. Okay, so the pressure is almost vented. I'm gonna go open the lid. Please open the lid away from your face. So my meat is almost done. I'm gonna check for salt and spice, and also make sure the meat is cooked. And I'm gonna add some extra liquid and then the water. Actually, I decided to add some coconut milk. I have half a cup of coconut milk and 2 cups of water ready to go. I've actually drained out all my water from my rice and it's ready to go. We'll add some ghee and first check our salt and spice. Give it a good stir. And let's check for some salt and spice. Just needed some salt. I will add that. First, let me add my coconut milk. And always judge the water, because according to Insta-pot, you just need 1 1/4 cups of water for each cup of rice. Okay, since our rice has been soaking for more than half an hour, we don't really need much liquid other than what is already in the pot. The meat gives out water, and we also poured 1 cup of water. Now I added half a cup of coconut milk, so it looks sufficient enough. And I will just add some salt and the rice, and we should get it cooking again. The meat is also cooked, and let's go add our rice with whatever water is there and set it up. Give it a good stir, and again check for salt, because now things would have altered. You want the water little slightly saltier than normal, because once the rice cooks through, it'll all adjust itself. Okay, so keep adjusting as you go. And I'm not going to add any ghee or anything on the top, because the gravy had enough fat already. It's going to taste delicious either way. So just give it a good stir. Check for salt. Perfect. Tastes good. We're going to go ahead and put the lid back on. And cancel the old one and go to rice and let it cook for 12 minutes. Don't forget to turn it back to your steam. Okay, so I turned off my Insta-pot and I'm going to vent it out manually. So the pressure is off. Let's go ahead and see. Our biryani is done and ready to be plattered. Just give it a good stir and plate it out. So all our grains are perfectly done. This does take a long time, so prepare well in ahead. Get all the help that you can, and please do try. It turned out perfect. Once I give it a stir, I will let it rest for a couple more minutes before I start plating. Okay. Our mutton biryani or goat biryani is ready to serve. We have a boiled egg. We're going to sprinkle some cilantro, and we have our raitha, our chicken 65, and our dessert to go. It's all thickened and nice. So please do try, and a happy new year.